Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Shop Local. So you probably see a familiar face here with Patti Johnston. Patti's got another business we're going to chat about called Core Steps of Joy. Yes. So tell us about Core Steps of Joy. It's a preschool.
It's a preschool. It's a performing arts preschool.
Performing arts preschool.
Yeah.
So explain that to us.
Well, okay, so this actually started 4 years ago. That's how long it took. Again, thanks for nothing, C-word. And I was noticing when we had students in for field trips, we've always given teachers the option to come in and do free field trips with us. Right. And kids, even before COVID, I was finding were not as resilient. They used to be the most fearless beings on the planet when I started teaching. Like I remember being a young teacher and going home at night and praying for their safety, like, please let Susie just get a little bit of fear so that she doesn't jump on her head. They used to be fearless.
They try everything.
Everything, and just full bore. And what was happening is they maybe would master a skill for a month and then be crying in the corner because they didn't think they could do it this time. And it's like, well, what's going on? And so I started researching it because I'm naturally curious by nature, and I just found there's like 4 or 5 different indicators on why our kids are losing that fearlessness. And so then I wanted to fix it. So I was looking into programs that build confidence, resilience, a little bit of grit, strengthen that try muscle all over again. And I know, just because I've been in dance my whole life, that is something that I see our students do. Like that little 3-year-old that walks through the door and can't let go of mom's hand in September, by December is like, see ya, and she's becoming a leader in the classroom. And so I knew that dance and performing arts could provide that. And so looked at ways of creating a curriculum for both meeting the academic side of it, and not so much academic, but the playful things. So it talks about the 12 joys of childhood, starts off with the joy of our body, how it moves, how it supports us, and goes into like the joy of being part of a community and how to look after our community, which involves like parents and friends and family. And so on top of that, we incorporate music lessons and some dance classes and a little bit of acting. And we kicked it off this September. Had a couple little hiccups just with government changes and regulations at the last minute, but we got it going and we're having a hoot. And the first day I was so excited, this one little guy that's in our program came up to me and he's like, Miss Patti, and I'm like, yeah, bud. And he's like, I really like it here. And I was like, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that, because it was a lot of jumping through hoops to get it to this point.
So take us through the average day. Kid shows up. What can a parent expect if they're bringing their kid? What can a kid expect?
Well, they come in and they get lessons in the classroom with the teacher, Miss Crystal, who is a level 3 early childhood development. She takes them through the curriculum of, like right now, like I said, we're working on the joy of the body. So they're learning eyes, ears, nose, elbows. They quite often think these are their elbows when they're 3 and 4. Right. So we're straightening that out. And just like typical preschool activities, they color, draw. Today we built Play-Doh, so it was like a baking activity with Kool-Aid and flour and salt. And they work in the classroom with her for a bit. Then we will come into the dance studio and they'll work with me. And we're, again, working on our body parts. So we're like heads, but they're learning like hamstrings, calves, shins. And you'd be amazed how 3 and 4-year-olds soak that stuff up.
Nice. What a good integration too, because I mean, A, they're probably restless most of the time.
Absolutely.
And B, to get that education early on is fantastic. I mean, it's such a good fit, right? Because you're in a dance studio, essentially. Yeah. Why not incorporate it? So good for you for thinking of that. It's really clever.
Yeah, I love it too, because we're doing, like with the music lessons, we're teaching math skills. Right. They don't know it, but that's what it's doing.
Neat.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm loving it.
Neat. So is it If someone's trying to find you, is it just get a hold of Core Dynamics, or is it a separate?
No, it's housed within the dance studio. So we've got this is our preschool room. And then we use one of the other smaller studios for our dance classes where we really need to travel. But
Still accepting kids, or is it full?
no, we are still accepting. We had a little bit of a late start.
So if they want to find you, the same.
Yeah, coredynamics.ca is our website, or they can give the studio a call, but we're also on Facebook. So
Okay.
yeah, we're everywhere.
Sounds good.
Highway 17 South.
Highway 17 South. Core Steps of Joy, if you're looking for a spot for that little person in your life, play school and obviously incorporating some dance and learning, be sure to check out Core Steps of Joy in Lloydminster.